friends, and welcome back to my channel, Minimum Player Account. I am Stephanie, and today we're taking a look at the Kickstarter Turf Wars by Gadabout Games. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So in Turf Wars, what are you trying to do? You are trying to persuade or sway the most neighbors. Now, you have a set amount of neighbor cards that trigger the end of the game. All of the neighbors have to be swayed. Now, how are you going to do that, you might ask? Well, you do also have this turn card that is very helpful to help you navigate through your turn. Now, some of the cards are going to have a little gear on them. That is a card that you will be automatically used during the beginning of the round, beginning of the phase. Now, those are skills that don't actually require any actions to do. After those are done, you will decide if you're going to go home or away. Now, these two actions are important because when you're home, you can play or sway, meaning that you can play cards into your own garden or you can sway neighbors. When you're away, this is when you start collecting money because you have gone to work, and you can also buy cards from the board that are showing. Certain cards will say that you can play these while the other homeowner is away, or some of them will say when they're home, so it is very important to pay attention to whether the other person is home or away. Now, there are certain cards that you start with. You start with these 3 cards, which the toolbox lets you play up to 2 cards from your hand. The watering can lets you turn dirt to grass, and the rake allows you to remove or trash a card from the yard or the store. When you start out, you're gonna get these dirt tiles that are gonna go out in a 3x3 grid, so 9 dirt tiles. You can play any kind of equipment or any kind of pest, which is the purple, onto the dirt. That will allow you to be able to do some actions. Once you are able to switch it from a dirt to a grass, as you can see notated, there is a little plus symbol, meaning you can play cards on this spot. So what your main goal is you're trying to complete certain actions that your neighbors want. Some of them are going to request that you have a couple of grays on your lawn, and other ones will require that you have $15 worth of cards. So you have to see what neighbors are out and what actions that you can be doing. But you also want to be paying attention to what your other person is doing, because they can finish those actions before you and then sway the neighbor that you are actually trying to go for. How rude. As soon as you play a card when you are home, those cards automatically will go into your garage. Those cards, being those equipment cards, will go to your garage face down. And when you go from away to home, you'll be able to pick up those cards and then they'll put back into your hand. So this is a deck builder type of game where you're trying to purchase these cards to go into your hand. After you're done playing, paying, or swaying, you will go to the end of the round where if you have a moon symbol on one of your cards, that will automatically take effect, and then it'll start the next turn. So you go in player order, whoever goes first, and until all the neighbors are swayed. Now, some things to also note, they have different tiles here. So we have like this fountain tile, which is a grays. We have like ornaments, which are the blues. We have the different tools, which are these orange, and then we have plants, which are green, and pests, which are this purple. Some will also have 2 symbols, which means that they are both those pests or plants, different stuff like that. So what you're trying to do with these pests is, sometimes there are some neighbors that want you to have pests in your yard. I don't really know who those people are, but some of them want that. And what you'll be doing is you're playing those into yours, but since these pests are kind of really hard to get rid of with some of their skills that can really hurt your game, you can also play these in your opponents if you have certain cards that allow you to do these actions. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing cards to build up your own tableau of being able to do things. But you also have to pay attention, because sometimes your opponent can get a card that allows them to trash one of your cards, and then that can ruin the entire thing. So if you like more of that type of game where you're kind of going at it with each other, trying to beat and sway these neighbors, this might be the game for you. Now, Turf Wars, like I said, is currently on Kickstarter, so make sure to check that out. I will link that for you down in the description below. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you want to know my thoughts about Turf Wars, please see the link above. I'll also link that below for you if you want to know what I think about this game. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.